Have you ever caught a faint whiff of something like urine that seems to stick around? No matter how much you scrub in the shower or spritz on perfume, if you are over 60, you might be shocked to discover this is a challenge many women face. Often tied to everyday habits we barely notice. You are not alone, and there is no reason to feel ashamed. In this video, I am diving into 7 surprising mistakes that could be undermining your freshness and confidence. Stick around until the end for practical, doctor-approved tips to keep you feeling clean, comfortable, and radiant in your later years. You will wish you had these insights sooner. Before we jump in, I would love your support. If you enjoy this video, give it a like, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you never miss a tip. Drop a 1 in the comments if you are excited to learn, or a 0 if you want me to tweak things for next time. Let us get started. 1. Not drive inking enough water. For years, I believed cutting back on fluids was a smart way to manage my day. My logic was simple: less water meant fewer bathroom trips, which seemed like a practical solution for avoiding inconvenience during long outings, car rides, or social gatherings. As I got older and noticed occasional bladder sensitivity, this approach felt like a way to stay in control and sidestep awkward moments. I thought I had it all figured out, but I was wrong. By skimping on water, I was setting myself up for problems I never saw coming. Dehydration does more than just leave you parched. It changes how your body works. One of the biggest surprises was how it affected my hygiene, especially the smell of my urine. When you do not drink enough, your urine becomes concentrated, turning dark and developing a sharp, unmistakable odor. This is not just a minor annoyance. It is a sign your body is not getting the fluids it needs to flush out waste properly. Even a small leak from a laugh, a cough, or a weak moment can leave that strong smell clinging to your skin, clothes, or even the chair you were sitting on. For a while, I chalked up the faint but persistent odor to getting older. I told myself it was just part of aging, and I grew self-conscious, avoiding close hugs or lingering in conversations, worried someone might notice. It was not until I decided to experiment with drinking more water that things changed. I started sipping a glass here and there throughout the day. Nothing drastic. The results were almost magical. Within a few days, my urine was lighter, nearly clear, and that harsh smell faded away. But the benefits went beyond that. My skin, which had started to look tired and dull, seemed to perk up. I felt more alert, less dragged down. It was as if my body was saying thank you for finally giving it what it needed. Drinking more water helps your kidneys clear out toxins, keeps your urinary system running smoothly, and stops waste from building up. For those of us worried about leaks or frequent bathroom visits, hydration can feel risky. But I learned that with a bit of planning, like using absorbent liners, timing bathroom breaks, or doing pelvic floor exercises, you can stay hydrated without losing confidence. Skipping water is like denying your body a basic need. It is not just about staying fresh, it is about your health, comfort, and feeling your best. So, reach for that extra glass of water. Your body will reward you in ways you never expected. 2. Using the wrong soaps. Back in my younger days, my bathroom shelves sparkled with an array of scented body washes, from Honeysuckle Dream to Ocean Breeze Bliss. My logic was straightforward: if it smells bold and leaves my skin feeling squeaky clean, it has to be working right. But as I entered my 60s, I discovered those fragrant soaps were doing more harm than good. As we age, our skin transforms in ways we do not always notice at first. It becomes thinner, drier, and more delicate, especially in intimate areas. After menopause, those richly perfumed washes I adored were stripping away my skin's natural protective oils. leaving it irritated and vulnerable to odors. Worse, they disrupted my body's pH balance, creating a perfect environment for bacteria to thrive. I vividly recall stepping out of the shower, feeling spotless, only to detect a faint, musty whiff by mid-morning. I was stumped. I had lathered up with my beloved lavender wash, scrubbing like I was, polishing silver. So why was this happening? It felt like my efforts were turning against me. A candid chat with my doctor changed everything. She explained that aging skin, particularly in sensitive areas, craves gentle care, not an onslaught of heavy fragrances. Her recommendation was simple but surprising. Switch to a mild, unscented cleanser, or, in some cases, just warm water. I was dubious at first. Warm water alone? That seemed too basic, but I decided to try it, trading my tropical sunset body wash for a fragrance-free, hypoallergenic soap. Within a week, the difference was striking. My skin felt calm, not tight or prickly, and that persistent midday odor was gone. I no longer needed to reapply perfume or deodorant to cover up anything. It was a revelation. Staying fresh is not about piling on more scent. It is about removing what causes the issue in the first place. Those heavily fragrant soaps might seem indulgent, but they can sabotage your hygiene as you age. Switching to gentler options was not just about cleanliness. It was about honoring my body's evolving needs. If you are still grabbing those bold, scented washes, take it from me, simplicity wins. Your skin will feel better, and you will stay fresher all day. 3. Forgetting to change liners and pads regularly. If you use liners or pads for light bladder leaks, postmenopausal changes, or just extra comfort, this one is for you. For years, I would slip a liner into my underwear in the morning and not give it another thought until bedtime. My reasoning, if it did not feel drenched, it was still fine. Plus, those products are not cheap. So why use more than necessary? But I was missing a crucial truth. Even if a liner or pad seems dry, it is constantly absorbing small amounts of moisture throughout the day. That warm, damp environment becomes a breeding ground for bacteria, which leads to a subtle but stubborn odor. I started noticing a faint, sour smell by late afternoon, especially on hectic days filled with errands or visits with friends. It made me self-conscious, constantly checking my clothes or wondering if my deodorant was failing. I would sniff my sleeves or jacket, puzzled about where the scent was coming from. It was not until a doctor's visit that I learned the real issue. Liners and pads need to be swapped out every few hours. Even if they look clean, it is not about being extravagant. It is about protecting your skin and keeping odors at bay. Bacteria thrive in that hidden moisture, and they do not care if the liner seems fine. This hit home for me when I realized how much fresher I felt after making a simple change. I started changing my liners more often, and the difference was like night and day. That sour whiff disappeared, and I felt confident from morning to evening. Whether I was out shopping or chatting with neighbors, I also discovered reusable cloth liners, which are kinder to my budget and gentler on my skin. They are easy to wash and feel just as comfortable. Now, I carry a small pouch with a few spares in my bag, so I can freshen up discreetly no matter where I am. It takes seconds but makes me feel like myself again. If you are wearing the same liner from breakfast to dinner, it is time to rethink that routine. Your skin deserves better. And you will notice the boost in confidence when you prioritize hygiene over convenience. Trust me, this small shift is a game changer for staying fresh and feeling great all day long. Fear wearing synthetic underwear. My dresser drawers were once stuffed with those sleek, stretchy panties you find in every department store. They were affordable, hooked my curves just right, and came in vibrant colors and patterns that felt fun and modern. I thought I had cracked the code on comfortable dressing. But then I started noticing something off. No matter how diligently I bathed or how much body spray I used, I felt uncomfortably damp down there. Even on cool, breze days. Worse still, a subtle, persistent odor seemed to linger around me. No matter how hard I tried to mask it with fragrance, I was baffled. Could it be my detergent? Something I ate? I turned the problem over in my mind, never once suspecting that the root of the issue lay in my underwear drawer. Those synthetic materials, like polyester or nylon, might feel soft and look stylish, but they are terrible at letting your skin breathe. They trap warmth and moisture against your body, creating an ideal environment for bacteria to flourish. This becomes even more problematic if you experience light bladder leaks or navigate the bodily changes that often accompany aging, such as postmenopausal dryness or heightened sensitivity. It was not until a visit to my doctor that the penny dropped. Her advice was simple yet eye-opening: switch to cotton, and only cotton. I will be honest, I was not immediately sold on the idea. Cotton underwear brought to mind images of my grandmother's plain, no-nonsense wardrobe, far from the cute styles I loved. But I decided to trust the advice and overhauled my collection, filling my drawer with 100% cotton panties in soft, neutral tone. The difference was striking and almost immediate. Cotton is naturally breathable, wicking away moisture and allowing air to circulate, which keeps everything dry and comfortable. That clammy, sticky sensation I had come to accept as normal vanished entirely. My laundry no longer carried that strange, lingering scent, and I rediscovered a sense of ease I had not realized I had lost. To my delight, I even found cotton underwear in designs that were just as attractive and comfortable as my old synthetic favorites, proving that practicality and style can go hand in hand. If you are still reaching for those glossy, stretchy panties because they are familiar or cost less, I urge you to reconsider. Make the switch to cotton, and you will feel the difference in your skin, your confidence, and your peace of mind. Freshness and comfort are always in style, no matter how many candles are on your birthday cake. Sank light bladder leaks. These are not the kind of accidents that send you sprinting to the restroom in a panic. I am talking about those small, sneaky drips that happen when you laugh too hard at a friend's joke, sneeze during pollen season, or hurry with heavy grocery bags. For a long time, I dismissed these as one-off moments. I would tell myself it was just a random thing, or maybe I drank too much tea that morning. But as the years passed, those little leaks became more frequent, and I started noticing something unsettling. A faint, persistent odor that seemed to follow me no matter how much I showered or spritzed perfume. At first, I blamed everything but the real culprit. I thought it was my laundry soap, my aging body, or even the cushions on my favorite recliner. It never occurred to me that the problem was lingering in my clothing. Even a tiny drop of urine from these leaks can soak into your underwear, jeans, or even the furniture you sit on if you are not careful. Like me, you might hang your pants back in the closet or drape them over a chair, thinking they are fine for another day. But that small bit of moisture creates a perfect home for bacteria, and bacteria mean odor. What makes it trickier is that as we age, our sense of smell often weakens, so we might not even notice the issue. But those around us likely do. I had a humbling moment at a family barbecue when my daughter quietly suggested I swap my cardigan because it smelled like the couch. I was embarrassed, but it was the push I needed to face the truth. Doctors stress that light bladder leaks, even if they only happen now and then, are not something to ignore. They are not just inconvenient. They can chip away at your hygiene and self-esteem. The good news is you do not need to overhaul your life to fix this. Moisture-wicking underwear designed for light leaks or thin incontinence pads can be total game changers. They are comfortable, discreet, and blend effortlessly into your daily routine. When I started using pads, it felt like I got a piece of my confidence back. I could hug friends or sit through a long coffee date without worrying about a stray whiff. I get it. Admitting you need these products can feel awkward. I struggle with that too. But the real embarrassment is when others pick up on a smell you cannot detect. If I could talk to my younger self, I would say this is common. And there is an easy solution. So, I am passing that on to you. Do not ignore those small leaks. Protect your hygiene, your dignity, and your confidence with the right tools. You deserve to feel fresh and at ease every day. 6. Sitting too long without washing up. When I left my fast-paced job behind, my days took on a slower, more relaxed rhythm. I would curl up with a page-turner book, binge watch a new show, or spend hours piecing together jigsaw puzzles. Some days, I lingered in my cozy robe until mid-afternoon, relishing the luxury of nowhere to be. It felt like a hard-earned reward after years of early mornings and tight schedules. But what I did not see was how this laid-back lifestyle was creating an unexpected issue, one that affected not just my comfort but how I felt about myself. Sitting for long stretches, especially in soft, snug clothing or on padded furniture, creates a warm, humid environment in your pelvic area that is far from ideal for hygiene. Sweat, natural body oils, and even minor bladder leaks can accumulate, particularly if you are not moving around or freshening up often. Over time, this moisture and warmth turn into a breeding ground for bacteria, leading to odors that no spritz of fragrance can fully mask. I did not pick up on it right away. Gradual changes in your body can slip under the radar, but that faint, lingering smell was a subtle nudge that something was not quite right. The moment that changed, everything happened during a visit from my granddaughter. She climbed onto my lap for a hug, as she always did, and with the unfiltered honesty only a child can deliver, she wrinkled her nose and said, "Grandma, you smell like my damp blanket." My stomach dropped, not because she meant to hurt me, but because her innocent comment hit a nerve. She was right. And it stung to admit I had let my daily habits lapse in a way that was compromising my dignity. That experience was the push I needed to shake things up. Now, I make a conscious effort to break up long periods of sitting, even if it is just a short walk to the mailbox or a few stretches in the living room. I aim to get up every hour or so to keep my body active. More importantly, I have built in a quick midday hygiene routine. A brief wash with warm water and a soft cloth takes only a moment but feels like a reset. I also commit to changing into fresh clothes daily, even if I have not left the house. These small adjustments have restored a sense of pride in how I care for myself. It is not about chasing appearances or trying to impress anyone. It is about honoring my body with the respect it deserves. Your body deserves that care. 2. No matter how tempting it is to sink into those long, leisurely days. 7. Neglecting the laundry routine. I am not talking about bed sheets or bath towels, but the personal items we wear close to our skin, like underwear, cozy lounge pants, or the soft nightgowns we slip into night after night because they feel like a hug. I will admit, I used to be a bit careless here. If a pair of leggings or a sleep shirt looked clean and had no obvious stains, I would figure they were good for another wear. Why add to the laundry basket when I was just relaxing at home? It seemed practical, especially on quiet days when I was not doing much beyond reading or puttering around the kitchen. But as I got older, I started to notice something unsettling. Even clothes that appeared fine began to carry a faint, lingering odor after just a few hours. It was not strong, but it was enough to make me second-guess myself. I would put on a fresh top, and by mid-morning, I would catch a whiff that made me wonder, is that coming from me or my clothes? The answer, I learned, was often both. Experts explain that bacteria from sweat, minor bladder leaks, or even your skin's natural oils can embed themselves in fabrics, especially in tight or synthetic materials like spandex or polyester. These fabrics do not breathe well, trapping moisture and smells against your body. The problem grows if you are not washing these items thoroughly. Regular laundry cycles, especially with cold water or gentle detergents, might not fully banish bacteria or odors. Over time, even freshly washed clothes can develop a musty scent that follows you around. Undoing the clean feeling of a shower, I used to wonder why I did not feel as fresh as I expected. Despite my best efforts, it was not until I revamped my laundry habits that I saw the real issue. Now, I am diligent about washing my underwear, pants, and nightgowns separately in hot water, adding a splash of white vinegar to the cycle to neutralize smells and kill bacteria. I make sure everything is completely dry before folding, because damp clothes are a recipe for mustiness. I never rewear these items without a wash. No matter how spotless they look, it is a bit more effort, but the payoff is incredible. There is a quiet confidence that comes with knowing your clothes are truly clean, that you smell fresh, and that you are putting your best self forward. It is not just about hygiene, it is about feeling in control of how you present yourself. Trust me, a little extra care in the laundry room can transform how you feel in your own skin. We have uncovered vital tips to stay fresh and confident in your later years. From choosing cotton underwear to sipping more water, these steps enhance your hygiene and joy. I hope you are eager to try them. Which tip sparks your interest? Drop it in the comments to inspire others. If this helped, please comment, like, share, and subscribe for more warm, practical advice. Until next time, treat yourself with the care and dignity you deserve.